are they? The brothers missing since Sunday, but their dad is refusing to help police.
Broken promise. Why the street where Jill Maher disappeared still doesn't have security cameras.
Australia's Ice Age, our exclusive report on the drug epidemic ruining so many lives.
Boomer's great escape. Brent Harvey free to play after his victim comes to the rescue.
It's a block of cash. Jackpot people, stand by your phones to win $30,000.
And what happened when Tim Dormer went on safari with the Irwins.
Go! Oh, that is cool. Tim Dormer, hope he's all right.
Well, we won't know until we see that story.
The animal kingdom's in a state of flux at the moment, isn't it?
Well, it's that time of year when stuff's going on, or stuff is meant to be going on, particularly when it comes to pandas.
I said flux, Lisa.
Yeah, you did say
Yes.
flux. And we want to see some fluxing happening with these two.
Yes.
Oh, dear.
Because it is panda making season.
Come on.
They got three of them.
Yeah, there's like this 3-day window.
A menage de panda.
Well, more the merrier.
Wow.
In so many ways. Hopefully from all of that will emerge a baby panda. But at the moment, zookeepers aren't so sure. So we'll check in with how the whole panda making
Get it all.
thing's happening.
Does Marvin Gaye help, do you think?
Well, I think he would.
Surely.
He helps in most
Helps everyone.
situations.
Yeah.
Wendy Kingston's here. Wendy, good morning to you.
morning.
Hey, yeah,
Nice
just
to
for
see
the
you.
day, just dropping by.
Nice to
Back
see
on
you.
the weekend.
Nice to see you
Thank
again.
you for that.
Fordo, good morning.
Hello all, how are
Nice to see
we?
you, buddy.
Very well.
Interesting start.
Collectively, everyone's well. So let's
always
see
that.
what the weather's doing outside your window. On this Wednesday morning, it's going to be a beautiful sunny day in Brisbane. A top of 29 degrees, 22 in Sydney and lots of sunshine. Shower 2 in Melbourne, 15 your high, 18 and a morning shower 2 in Adelaide. And a sunny day in Perth, a top of 26.
Let us get straight to the news now with Wendy.
Thank you very much, Carl. Good morning to you at home. New South Wales Police hold grave concerns for 2 young brothers who've been missing from their Tweed Heads home since Sunday. Let's go live now to Today reporter Lauren Ellis. Lauren, good morning to you. Do police have any idea at this stage where those brothers may be?
Good morning, Wendy. Well, police believe that 14-year-old Jaden and 13-year-old Joseph were taken by their father despite a court order preventing access to them. Now, the 38-year-old man was charged yesterday as a result with apprehending a domestic violence order, and he did face court. But unfortunately, the boys were not with him at the time, and he's now refusing to cooperate with police and give any information in regards to their whereabouts. The boys were last seen, as you said, on Sunday around 3 p.m. at their home here in Tweed Heads. They're both described as being between 120 and 140 centimetres tall with a thin build and light brown hair. Police hold very grave concerns for their welfare, Wendy, and they are asking people to contact Crime Stoppers if they have any information about their whereabouts.
OK, Lauren, thank you for the update. New South Wales Police are appealing to anyone who may have seen strangers in the small mid-north coast of Kendall around the time that 3-year-old William Terrell vanished. The toddler was last seen in the front yard of his grandmother's home on Friday. According to Fairfax, detectives want to speak to a man who asked staff in a local shop for directions to the street where William vanished. It's been revealed new CCTV cameras still haven't been installed on the street where Melbourne murdered woman Jill Maher was last seen alive in 2012. Moreland Council promised to put 9 cameras along Sydney Road in Brunswick after accepting a $250,000 grant from the Victorian Government. News Corp reports they've only installed 4 and all are not currently operating. The council says the camera rollout is complex and it's working to make the system fully functional as soon as possible. Funerals will today be held for a Sydney mother and her baby boy who were killed in a shop fire in the city's inner west. Today, Sydney reporter Chris Urquhart is live for us at Rozelle. Chris, good morning to you. What are the plans for today?
Yeah, Wendy, it is expected to be a pretty sombre occasion this morning at St Joseph's Catholic Church here at Rozelle. 11 o'clock this morning when Bianca and her little son Jude will be farewelled. 13 days after that explosion and fire in Rozelle that so cruelly claimed their lives. Darling Street at Rozelle only reopened fully to traffic yesterday, but it is still very much a clean-up scene there at the moment. But today, you'd have to imagine, will be a very, very difficult day for the O'Brien family, for Bianca's husband, John, who is going through immeasurable grief you can only possibly imagine. But today, we're told, will be very much about remembering the happiness and the love that Bianca and Jude brought into his life and brought into their extended family's lives. And today will be about remembering that rather than the horrible circumstances in which they died. In terms of the investigation, it's very much ongoing. Police are still looking into the cause of that fire. They consider it suspicious. The convenience store owner, we understand, still remains in hospital as police try to piece together exactly what occurred. But today, that'll all be set aside for the families as they remember their loved ones taken in the worst possible circumstances. Wendy?
Such a difficult day. Chris Urquhart, thank you. 55 passports have been cancelled since July last year as more Australians try to travel overseas to fight in the Middle East with terror groups, including the Islamic State. Our Foreign Minister Julie Bishop has confirmed at least one passport a week has been axed over the past 12 months. The cancellation threshold will be lowered when the government introduces tough new security laws in the coming weeks. Well, Queensland authorities will examine Brisbane's sewers and secure the city's manholes as part of a major terror crackdown ahead of the G20 summit in November. Identity checks at government buildings have been tightened and bins and lockers have been sealed shut at major transport hubs. Under the blitz, delivery drivers will also face tougher scrutiny at shopping centres. The trial of a Perth man who was involved in a fatal crash in West Java has now been delayed. Jake Drage has been in custody since June following that motorbike collision which claimed the life of a local woman. The 23-year-old was charged with reckless driving. Last night, though, prosecutors said they were not ready to begin proceedings. The former personal trainer could face up to 6 years in an Indonesian prison if he's convicted. 3 men are being questioned over the death of 2 young British backpackers on a holiday island in Thailand. Local police there are also examining CCTV footage showing the moments leading up to the pair's murder.
2 grainy CCTV images are a critical focus for this investigation. The first shows the 2 victims walking hand in hand. The second shows a man wearing shorts but no shirt. Investigators say he is a suspect. The time on the clock is 1:51 a.m. The images have been released by the police on the island, which is now a crime scene, as the authorities work to find out who killed these 2 young Britons. Hannah Witheridge was 23, David Miller was 24. Their bodies were discovered on the western side of the small island, just yards from the beach where they'd been partying. 70 police officers are now on the island. They have no eyewitnesses, but there are some leads. A blood-stained hoe was found near the victims' bodies. Clearly that will be a focus. So too will be the post-mortem examinations. The bodies are en route to Bangkok, where detailed forensics tests can begin. The authorities will need to confirm the relationship between the victims. When did they meet? Who else were they with? What bars did they go to, not only on the night they died, but in the days and evenings before? In Bangkok, though, the new Prime Minister, a general who only 4 months ago took power in a coup, acknowledged a country with problems.
Sometimes tourists don't understand that it's not always safe everywhere. They think it's safe like their home country, but Thailand still has problems.
The coming hours will be key for this investigation.
US President Barack Obama is expected to make a major announcement on the fight against Ebola in West Africa this morning. The World Health Organization says nearly $1 billion is needed to combat the outbreak, warning that 20,000 people could be infected by the end of the year.
This health crisis we face is unparalleled in modern times. The numbers can be kept in the tens of thousands, but that is going to require a much faster escalation of the response.
The US President has ordered 3,000 US military personnel to West Africa to help fight the spread of the virus. Wild weather is battering the US this morning. In the country's west, 18 wildfires are burning across the states of California, Washington and Oregon. Hot temperatures and strong winds are fanning the blazes, which have already destroyed 100 homes and forced thousands of people to evacuate. Further south in Mexico, Hurricane Odile has left a trail of damage in her wake. Looting has also become a problem, with locals grabbing whatever they can from abandoned stores and homes. To health news now, and a new drug is offering fresh hope to women with a high risk of developing breast cancer. Melbourne researchers are trialling a new preventative treatment which could offer an alternative to breast removal surgery. Successful preclinical studies of the drug have shown it helps shut down cancer-causing cells. Experts are saying that if successful, the treatment would be the first type of medical prevention for breast cancer without significant side effects. 8 people have died after a truck crashed into a bus stop in northern China. That vehicle lost control after its brake failed. 6 people were injured, 3 seriously. That included the driver. I know it's terrible vision. The exact cause, though, of that accident is still under investigation. Let's look at the finance markets, I should say, this morning on Wall Street. We'll start first there. The Dow Jones is stronger, up 108 points, and the S&P 500 is also stronger. At home, the All Ords closed weaker yesterday, down 29 points. On the Asian markets there, Japan's Nikkei closed weaker, with the Hong Kong's Hang Seng also down. And in London, the FTSE ended down. Commodities, gold, stronger there, and oil right now trading at $94 a barrel. Let's check the Aussie dollar for you this morning. Right now, stronger there across the board, buying 90 US cents, almost 91. And of course, they live very deep in the ocean in a remote part of Antarctica. But we are all about to learn a whole lot more about the mysterious giant squid. A 500 kilogram specimen caught and frozen 8 months ago has now been thawed, so New Zealand scientists can examine it. The adult female is 3.5 metres in length and has eyes that are 35 centimetres wide.
And this is essentially an intact specimen, which is an almost unparalleled opportunity for us to examine.
Once testing is complete, the squid will be preserved and displayed at a museum. No calamari for you, Carl, because I know
Look at the size of its
sitting there
eyeball.
thinking about it.
It's so gross.
Rotten. Great for science, but horrible to watch.
The executives of Birdseye would be eyeing that with...
They don't put anything real in them, Lisa. Come on.
True. What is that stuff in fish fingers anyway?
Whatever it is, it's
You
good.
never really know, but the kids love them.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's all that matters.
Exactly right.
Sports time now with Ben Ford.
Don't ruin my dreams. Thank you very much. Coming up after the break, lots of AFL and NRL news, including the big one overnight, Brent Harvey, free to play, and who he owes for that decision. We're back on Today right after this.
This program brought to you by Jeep, Don't Hold Back, and Budget Direct, 2014's multi-award winning car, home and contents insurer.
Been waiting for years to